Good evening to all the UPSC aspirants who is going to give prelims for the coming year, that is 2026. Okay, so many of you might have been worried, especially for those candidates who have not qualified 2025 prelims, or there will be few candidates, or there will be many candidates in the last 2 years or 3 years. They find it very difficult to qualify UPSC civil service exam prelims. Okay, so I want those candidates as well as the fresh students who is going to give the coming prelims for 2026 to have a correct idea how to approach this coming prelims exam. I'm sure that after this session you will be more enlightened about this current pattern of civil service examination, and if you correctly prepare for the next 6 months or 180 days properly with sincerity and with the correct guidance you got from this session, definitely you can qualify your coming prelims. Okay, so we will see that, okay, what all things you should keep in mind before seriously preparing for your coming prelims. Okay, so one of the most important thing about any competitive examination is that, okay, before going for a serious preparation, you need to look into the syllabus. You need to look into all the previous year questions. You need to look into the different question patterns. You need to look into the different types of subjects, or there will be some subjects where that particular exam, in the case of UPSC civil service examination, okay, there are some subjects where UPSC give more weightage, means more questions will come from that. Okay, so identifying the question paper pattern. Okay, the current pattern. Okay, take the case of UPSC. Okay, so the current exam pattern was introduced in the year 2011. That is having two general studies paper 1 and paper 2, and so many changes have happened to the even though there are two papers is there. Initially when it was introduced in 2001, okay, so up to 2010 there used to be one optional paper in prelims and one GS paper, but from 2011 onwards there is no optional paper. Instead there are two general studies paper, GS1 and GS2. We also called, currently we used to say GS2 as general studies 2 as CSAT, civil service aptitude test. Okay, so initially in 2011 both the papers were a compulsory paper. Okay, both the marks of the papers were included, but after few years, after 4 years, when humanities students find difficult to qualify prelims, UPSC from 2015 onwards made CSAT paper qualifying. That is, you need to get only 33%, that is 66 marks, and the marks of paper 1, general studies 1, will decide whether you will qualify prelims or not. And initially the question pattern was very simple, but in the last few years, especially in the year 2023, this you have to see the 2023 question paper. Okay, so 2023 UPSC have made drastic changes in its question paper pattern. It made the question so difficult, the cutoff was around 75 something out of 200. So that was the lowest cutoff marks was in the year 2023. We will see that what happened, what changes UPSC have done in relation to all these things, in relation to this prelims paper 1 question. Okay, so this is very important, that before going for a serious preparation, you have to look into all the 15 years question paper, that is from the year 2011 till 2025 prelims questions. So around there are 100 questions are there. So 15-year question means around 1500 general studies one questions are there. You have to look into those questions with utmost sincerity. Okay, there are a lot of information is there. So what all that I'll discuss in this session. Okay, so this is very important. Whether it is for your prelims examination, whether it is for your mains examination, you have to go through all the previous year questions, have a correct idea which all subjects UPSC give more importance, which all topics within the subject UPSC give more importance. So that we will be discussing in the coming session also. Okay, try to understand that in today's session I'll give you a correct idea, then in the coming sessions I will discuss each subject, all the core subjects which have been asked in the prelims. Okay, so that you keep in mind. Okay, now just for your this you keep it, these dates are very important. Okay, so on 14th January 2026, obviously the UPSC calendar, UPSC have released its 2026 calendar. As per the calendar, on 14th January 2026, the notification will come, UPSC notification will come. I think within February you have to fill it. The last date to apply for civil service examination 2026 is maybe in that period. And this is very important date. Your prelims is on 24th May. 24th May is your 2026 is your prelims. Then exactly after 88 days, is your mains. That is on 21st August 2026 is your mains. These two dates are very important. Keep it in mind. Okay, so you need see the strategy for the coming days. It's not only to prepare for prelims, you have to prepare for mains as well. See, don't think that okay, let me first qualify prelims, then I'll think about mains. If you are following that strategy, means even if you qualify prelims, you can't qualify mains. Why? Because 88 days is not sufficient to study the entire syllabus of mains examination. Okay, anyway, today's session I am not going to discuss about mains examination. In the coming days we will discuss about we'll discuss the strategy to qualify mains as well. Okay, we will also discuss about how to tackle optional, how to ethics, essay, etc., GS 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, so we will stick to currently for the prelims examination point of view. Okay, but these two dates, save it in your mind and prepare for it. And for beginners, those who are going to write UPSC prelims for the first time, keep this in mind. General studies paper will be having 100 questions. Each question carry 2 marks, so 200. And CSAT paper 2 will have 80 questions and each question carry 2.5 marks. And in the present pattern, this is paper 2 or CSAT is qualifying in nature. You have to get 30, you have to get 33, you have to score 33 percentage marks. That is, out of 200 means minimum you should get 66. Even if you get good marks in paper 1, but if you are not getting 66 marks, means you will not qualify prelims. So CSAT is also, paper 2 is also very important, in the sense there are some cases or there are many instances where students have got good marks, that is above cutoff marks in paper 1, but they scored less than 66 marks in paper 2 and they could not able to qualify prelims. Okay, regarding the CSAT paper, I am not going to discuss now. That is not the concern for the majority of the students. That is, there are students are there. So regarding this, how to tackle the paper 2 or CSAT, that also we will discuss in the coming session after discussing paper 1 thoroughly. Today I told you, okay, I'll give you a correct idea about how to approach the paper 1. Then we will have a series of videos about how to study economy for prelims, from where to study. We'll see the question pattern, like that, history, geography, environment, etc. After completing that, then we will discuss the strategy for CSAT. Then after that, we will discuss about the mains paper. Okay. So anyway, this you keep in mind. Okay. Now this is a very important data about the paper 1 prelims. I told you paper 2 CSAT is now qualifying in nature. From which year that happened? From the year 2015 till 2011 to 2014, both the marks of paper 1 and paper 2 are included to decide whether you will qualify prelims or not. But from 2015 onwards, paper 2 became qualifying, and only the marks of paper 1 decides whether you will qualify prelims or not. So in the year 2015, I told you it is out of 200. It is, these marks is out of 200. Out of 200, if you have scored, see, these are all general category marks. Okay, I am not, see, I always want all of you to think like, even if you have reservation, take the advantage, no problem. But prepare like a general category students. Okay, even if you get some benefits in prelims, the cutoff mark maybe go a bit low, but it doesn't make, so see, what I try to say is that, okay, you compete like a general category students and try to get good rank. So that is what I always suggest to my students. Okay, so I have put only the general category cutoff. So this is, so if naturally if you have reservation, the cutoff marks will be lower. So I am not going to discuss about that, but you just see the trend. Okay, so in those years, okay, 2025 cutoff, these are the cutoff marks released by UPSC. Okay, it is UPSC have not only released the answer key, it also released the cutoff marks for prelims, mains, and even once the final result is out. So 2025 marks, UPSC have not officially released it. It will be releasing only after the final result, final rank list has been published. Okay, so we have only data of this. From the data, it is very clear compared to, so 2016 paper was comparatively easier, because if the paper becomes easy, the cutoff mark will be high. And the most difficult paper was in the year 2023. The cutoff was 75.41 out of 200. So why, what happened in 2023? We will discuss. Okay. And naturally in 2025 cutoff has gone above this, maybe around in the range of 90 plus. Or 90 to 95. So we will see that, okay, once the UPSC result will come, a final thing will come. So what we need to do is that, my question is, in the year 2026, what strategy you need to follow to qualify prelims? You need to set a target. Okay, you need to keep this in mind. Okay, I should get 100 plus marks from paper 1 and around 80 plus marks in paper 2. So I'm not going to discuss paper 2 now. Okay, so this should be your goal. Okay, so the cutoff may not go up till 100, but we don't know. But if you if the latest pattern, that latest pattern means if the pattern of 2020 is being followed, if you get 100 plus marks, you will qualify prelims. But so your aim should be to get more than 100 marks in your coming prelims. To get those marks, what all things you have to do? You have to, before going to study any particular subject, okay, suppose you are going to study economy, or suppose you are going to study polity, okay, ask yourself, how much important is this topic? Okay, how am I starting, am I doing it in the right way, or whether any particular questions have been asked from this particular topic? Okay, so without seeing the previous year question, for example, take the case of polity. You are going to study about fundamental rights. Before reading the material, look into all the previous year questions from fundamental rights, have a clear-cut idea how the question have been asked, from which area you need to give more focus. Like that you need to do for every subject. Okay, so without seeing the previous year questions from a particular subject or from a particular topic, don't read the material, because that reading will not be effective until you have seen the previous year questions. Okay, this is a very important thing. What all you're going to study, any subject, even if you're going to prepare for current affairs, see the latest pattern of questions, current affair question being asked. Without seeing that, don't prepare, because ultimately you may have studied that important topic, but you will not be able to score. You may make some mistakes. Okay, so for those reasons you have to look into the previous year questions. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, so this should be your goal. I will suggest to get maximum marks, maybe not only 100 plus, go for 110, or if it is possible, try to get 120 marks. What is the advantage of getting 120 marks? The advantage is that after 24th May, which is your prelims date, you will not have any doubt regarding whether I will qualify prelims or not. So if you are 100% confident that you will qualify prelims, what will you do? The next 88 days for your mains can be effectively utilized. Most of the students after prelims, what happens with them is that after the prelims, they will not be sure about whether they will qualify prelims or not. They will be hearing what others say. They will say that cutoff will be this much, and they will think that, oh, I have not scored that much, and they waste time till the result. Once the result comes, and once they see that they have qualified, then they start preparing. Already 88 days is not sufficient. Again, if you waste time for prelims result, again those days will also be lost. So that can be avoided if you get good marks, and with that you can utilize the remaining time for mains effectively. So getting good marks and making sure that you qualify after the exam itself, that you will qualify, is very important in your coming days preparation. Okay, so keep those things in mind. Okay, now, so I will, when I said that, okay, please look into the questions, you have to also look into the question paper pattern. Okay, UPSC over a period of time, especially in the last few years, UPSC have introduced new pattern of questions. Okay, and those new pattern of questions have made student difficult to answer it, because the earlier method was comparatively easy. The earlier questions were easy. So I told you, in 2023, UPSC give a big surprise. Big surprise in that, so most of the cases, earlier students used to do elimination method, but the year 2023, you were not in a position to do elimination method because the questions have changed. So what happened, I'll discuss. Okay, so this is another important thing. Knowing not only the previous year question, you should also know the UPSC pattern, questions pattern. What is the current question pattern? Especially what new changes happened in the year 2025? What new changes happened in the year 2024, 2023, 2022? With that, you should also expect what changes UPSC can do in 2026. With that expectation, you have to prepare prelims, or you have to write prelims for the coming 2026 exam. Okay, so this is a common pattern. This is a common pattern, an old pattern which is being used by UPSC until now. Okay, what is that pattern? It's a two-statement question. Then UPSC will ask, consider the following statement. This is see, I have taken most of the questions. It is 2025. These questions are asked in the year 2025. A series question. So the number mentioned, the fourth question, this is the fourth question, 2025 prelims, A series. Okay, so all the numbers has been given. Okay, so all the question paper for this those students who are seriously preparing, I have created a Telegram channel today. I will share all the 15 years question paper in that Telegram channel. You can join it and you can look into those questions from now onwards. Okay. So I'll discuss. So the Telegram channel link will be shared in the video. Okay, below, link below. Okay. Anyway, so this two statement question, what type of question is this? What is the choice? Choices are, which of the statement given above is correct? That is, answer will be either one only, two only, both one and two, and neither one nor two. So here, what happens with the student is that, okay, in these type of questions, sometimes students knows one statement only. They know whether that statement is right or wrong. They don't know the second statement, whether it's right or wrong. So it becomes 50-50. Take in this case, okay. Now, this is a question about business responsibility and sustainability report. It also says that listed companies in India, it's a concept. Listed companies in India is a concept. Companies which are listed in the stock exchange, they are called listed companies, okay. And you know that the stock market regulator is not RBI, it is SEBI. So with that logic, you can use that the first statement is wrong. Now the second statement in India, so what will happen is that if first statement is wrong, you can see, so A will not be the answer, C will not be the answer. Now the problem is, answer will be either B or D. So this is what a student says to me, okay, sir, when two choices are there, what should I do? Whether should I attempt or not? So it's a 50-50 game. There is a chance that it may go right or may go wrong. My suggestion is that if you are not confident, 100% not confident, don't attempt it. If you are only confident, please attempt it. Okay, in this case, okay, in this question, in India, a company submitting business responsibility and sustainability makes disclosures in the report that are largely non-financial in nature. That's a correct statement. In the form of ESG, environmental, social, and governance characters will be not financial. So second statement is right. So answer will be B. But if you know only, you attempt. Otherwise, you don't attempt. But what I'm trying to say, it's not about the answer, the question pattern. For every subject, these questions will be there. Like two statement will be given, and the choices will be like always will be like this: one only, two only, both one and two, and neither one nor two. This is a quite. If you know both the statement only, you can answer it correctly. Otherwise, there is a chance that it may go right or wrong. But anyway, practice it. Now see the weightage given to. This pattern of questions. In the year 2025, there were 12 questions. In the year 2025, there were 12 questions in this pattern. In the year 2024, there were 13 questions. So this mark is nothing but the cutoff mark. Okay, I just showing that, okay, the cutoff marks and the pattern of question being asked from the year 2019 to 2025. So in the year 2023, there were 7 questions in the same pattern. Pattern means in different subjects. Out of 100 questions, so in 2023, there were only 7 questions in this pattern. 2 statements will be given and the choices will be like this: one only, two only, both one and neither one nor two. So this is the on an average, UPSC will ask around 12 or 13 questions like this out of 100 questions. This is one pattern. Now to answer these questions, you need to know that particular topic or subject question. Okay, so this is one pattern of question currently followed by UPSC. Now we'll see the next pattern of question. Again, a 2-statement question, but it's a different type. So look into the choice. Two statements are given, and it says that, okay, which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statement. Choices are both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1. Choice B, both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, but statement 2 does not explain statement 1. Now, what is the common between choice A and choice B? In both choice A and choice B says that both statements are correct. But what is the difference? Difference is that in the case of choice A, it's not only both the statements are correct, statement 2 explains statement 1. So there is a strategy to be followed. There is a strategy to be followed in this type of question. Okay, so if you know the pattern well, you can follow that particular strategy. Okay, now what does statement C says? That statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is not correct. Choice D, statement 1 is not correct, but statement 2 is correct. Now from this in this pattern of question, if you are 100% sure, if any of these statements are wrong, you will get the answer immediately. Okay, so if you know in this pattern of question, if you know if any of the statements are wrong, you will get the answer immediately. Why? Means if one statement is wrong, imagine statement 1 is wrong. Look into the choice. If statement 1 is wrong, means answer will be, so what will happen? Answer will be D, because automatically there is in this choice, unlike the earlier pattern, in the earlier pattern there is a choice called neither 1 nor 2, means both the statement can be wrong. But in this pattern of question, there is nothing like that. Minimum one statement has to be correct, because there is no choice which says that both the statements are wrong. So if you know that one statement is wrong, means you can say that answer will be either C or D, because either C or D. C says that statement 1, if statement 2 is wrong, answer is C. If statement 1 is wrong, answer will be D. And this pattern is a fixed pattern. And if you see that in 2019 there was no questions from this pattern. In 2020 there was no pattern, no questions. There was no questions. In 2021 there was only one question. In 2022 there was no question. But in the year 2023, when the cutoff was lowest, when the cutoff was 75.41, how many questions UPSC asked? 18 questions of this pattern. And in the next year 2024 there were 12 questions, and in 2025 there were 5 questions in this pattern. So if the trend follows, this pattern of questions will be there in 26 also. So what you need to do to attempt these questions? If I told you, if you know one statement is wrong, you can immediately answer it. Okay, now in this question, read the statement 1. Okay, this is you should have a basic idea about agricultural income, or you should have about Income Tax Act, how Income Tax Act 1961 tax agricultural income. Okay, if you know that, you can answer it correctly. Okay, so it says that in India, income from allied agricultural activities, like poultry farming and wool rearing in rural areas is exempted from any tax. As per the Income Tax Act, okay, agricultural income directly linked to land, like cultivation, okay, that is exempted. But as per this Income Tax Act, allied agricultural activities are not considered as agricultural income, and they have to pay tax. So this statement 1 is wrong. If statement 1 is wrong, if you are sure statement 1 is wrong, you got the answer. No need to read the statement 2, because if statement 1 is wrong, means automatically statement 2 will become correct, because in this pattern of question both the statement can't go wrong. So if you know that, your answer will become answer D. Statement 1 is not correct, but statement 2 is correct. Okay, so here, see the subject knowledge, okay, about say agriculture is a very favorite area of UPSC. There are a lot of questions being asked from agriculture, like different crops, cropping pattern, irrigation, like that, okay, and other related, see, because agriculture is it's a core area in your mains economy also, okay. So anyway, you look into the questions of last 15 years, you'll get to know that what are the different types of questions asked from agriculture, okay. So this you can follow. So this is when you know that one statement is wrong, you'll immediately will get your answer. But the problem is you should have that knowledge, that so you need to prepare accordingly by knowing what all things you have to study. Now when it becomes difficult is when you know both the statement are correct. Then this question becomes difficult. What will happen if both the statement are correct? Then what will happen? Answer will be A or B. Now how will you check? That whether statement 2 explains statement 1? What you need to do is, see, once you know both the statement are correct, you add, if both, so here in this case you cannot apply it because you got the answer. But in similar questions, to do that, what you need to do is, after reading the statement 1, you add because. Or after reading statement 2, you connect it, whether statement 1, read statement 1 because, and then read statement 2 and see is there any connection. If you still have doubt, first read statement 2 and then read therefore, add therefore and read statement 1. And if there is a correction will be there, that then you will be able to know that whether the statement 2 is explanation to statement 1, if there is any connection between them. Okay, so these type of questions I will explain. I told you when I will discuss subject wise strategy, I will discuss again in detail regarding how we will do this, how we will apply because and therefore and crack these type of questions. But the most important thing is that you need to have conceptual clarity from all the important core subjects and core topics. So what are that? We'll discuss in the coming sessions. Each subjects for economy, what are the core areas you need to study, what are the core topics, how the questions have been asked, how you need to prepare, etc. Okay, so this is two pattern I have discussed. Both are two statement question, but the choices are, the question pattern are different. Now comes to the next pattern. This is a new pattern. This is a new pattern introduced by UPSC initially in 2022, but it became drastic in the year 2023. These pattern of the questions are the main reason why the cutoff became very low in the year 2023. Now see, earlier when there used to be 3 statement question, choices were like that. Okay, earlier the choices used to be like this. Okay, now also there are that type of questions, but in 2023 that was not there. Okay, earlier choices will be like this. Okay, one model I am telling: A, 1 and 2 only; B, 2 and 3 only; C, 1 and 3, like that. Okay, D, all the above, like that, or none of the above. This used to be the pattern. But initially in 2022 there were around 8 questions. Okay, they introduced like this. Okay, what it says. So now read the question. Now what is the new pattern? This is 2025 question series A, 42nd question. With reference to unmanned aerial vehicles, consider the following statement. All types of unmanned aerial vehicles can do vertical landing. That's a wrong statement. Okay, I'm not explaining in detail why. I'm just telling only the strategy and the question. I'm introducing you the question paper pattern. Okay, all types of UAV can do automated hovering. That is also a wrong statement. All types of UAV can use battery only as a source of power supply. That is also a wrong statement. Okay, so here answer becomes none. The problem earlier used to be when there is earlier choices like 1 and 2 only. If you know one statement is right or wrong, we can eliminate choices and get the answer. But now in this pattern of question, if you know all the three statements, then only you will get the correct answer. If you have doubt in one statement, you will not get the correct answer. And this type of questions, this is a 3-statement question. Okay, in 2023, in the year 2023, the 3-statement questions where they asked 31 questions like this in 2023. In 4-statement question, they asked 14 questions. And 5-statement question in this pattern, 1 question. 6 statement in this pattern, 1 question. So there were 47 questions in the year 2023. 47 questions were in this type. Only 2, only 3, only 4, only 5, like that. Depending upon the number of statement, it varies. So the problem was that if you know all these statements, only you will be able to answer it. But earlier, before 2022, when there was direct choices, if you know 1 or 2 statement, you can eliminate and you used to get the answer. So that elimination method was not possible in the year 2023. That was the reason why cutoff went below. But again in 2024, they reintroduced those type of questions. They reduced the number of questions. If you see that this pattern of question was only 17. In the year 2023, they asked this pattern of number of questions were 47. But in the year 2024, it was reduced to 17. Like 3 statement like this 8 question, 4 statement like this 8 question, and 5 statement like this pattern 1 question. And in the year 2025, again they increased this pattern, they increased to 27. So now this pattern of question will be a regular feature. These pattern of questions. So it means that when you prepare, whether it is a current affair or a subject, you need to study that topic very in a thorough manner. You cannot leave certain things. You have to make a comprehensive and with correct understanding you have to prepare, because then only you can answer these type of questions. Okay, so this you keep in mind. Why in the year 2023 cutoff became very low? It was not there was a change in syllabus or new type of subject to introduce. No, the question pattern drastically changed in the year 2023, and keep on these questions were added in the coming years. Okay, so that you please keep in mind. Okay, this type of questions were there. Okay, so this is a 3-statement question which was, as I told you, in the year 2025. This type of question. So in 3-statement question, choices will be like that. What will be the choice? Only 1, only 2, all the 3, none. Now if there is 4 statement, there were like this 4 statement 6 question were there in the year 2025. 5 statement 3 question were there. 6 statement 2 question were there. We'll see that what were the choices from the year 20. So there were totally 27 questions were there. See what are those questions. Okay, again very tricky thing. Okay, this only 1, only 2, all the 3. See, normally they ask pair this only 1, only 2, all the 3, none. Used to be 2, only 2 things will be there. 2 items will be there. But in the year 2025, see again third question 2025 A series. This question was asked. With reference to the Government of India, consider the following information. They given organization, they given its function, and it asked under which ministry it works under. Now here again, Directorate of Enforcement, Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, Directorate General of Systems and Data Management. If you need to know thoroughly. Okay, so here statement 2 and statement 3 are correct. We don't have time to discuss. My aim is not to discuss the subject or concepts. I'm just showing you the question pattern. We will deal how these subjects have to be, topics have to be studied. Okay. Now here, so a Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, its functions and the Department of Revenue, it's working under Director of Revenue Intelligence is working under the Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance, and Director General of System and Data Management is also working under Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance. But when it comes to Directorate of Enforcement, yes, its function is to enforce Fugitive Economic Offenders Act. This is correct. This is correct, but this is wrong. It is not working under the Ministry of Home Affairs. This Directorate of Enforcement or ED is working under Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance. So statement 1 is wrong and 2 and 3 pairs are correct. So here answer will be only 2. This is again one of the difficult question in the year 2024. If you know exactly all these organization, its function and under which ministry it are. So this is a signal for you. This is a 2025 question. Okay. So similar type of questions can come in 2026 also. You prepare accordingly. If you are studying about an important organization, you should know about its function. Also, you should know under which ministry or under which department it's functioning. Okay. So anyway, this was a very a different pattern of question. That's why I thought of showing you that this is in this way also UPSC asks question. Now this is the, again I told you 4 statement question. Again this is the first question in 2025 A series. Four items are there. See the choice in the 4 items are there. Choices will be like this: only 1, only 2, only 3, only 4. They can make the choices different. Okay. So to answer this question, you should know. Earlier we can use elimination method, but in this question we cannot use elimination method. You should know what is AIF or alternative investment fund. Okay, so if you know the traditional investment instruments, if you know that bonds and stocks are traditional investment instrument, they can't become AIF. So what are the alternative investment fund? Hedge fund, yes, it is correct. Venture capital, they are alternative investment fund. So answer is hedge fund is an AIF, venture capitalist AIF. So 2 items are correct. So answer will be only 2. So I'm just showing, I'm not discussing the topic, I'm just showing the how see, if you are studying about alternative investment fund, you should know what all categories are included under alternative investment fund. Okay, now again it's a current affair question. How many countries other than India accept international merchant payment? Again see the option: only 2, only 3, only 4, all the 5. Okay, so again Germany is not there, Bangladesh is not there. UAE, France and Bangladesh is UAE, France and Singapore is now accepting international merchant payment under UPI. So answer will be only 3. So see the question. So 3 items and this pair, 4 items this pair, 5 items this pair, and even 6 items are also there. I am talking about the 2025 question. So same pattern you can expect in 2026 also. You need to, so when you study, okay, this is a current affair question regarding NATO. Why now when you see a question, okay, ask this also. Why this question was asked? Why this question was asked? This question was asked because Sweden joined NATO in March 2024. So you should know the time period where current affair questions has been asked. So earlier when there used to be 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, like that of question, we can, by knowing Sweden have joined NATO, we can eliminate and we will use to get the answer. Now this is not sufficient. So when you study current affair, you should not only study that Sweden joined NATO, you should also know about what is NATO, where is its headquarters, how many members are there, and you should know all the members. If you know all the members only, you can answer this question. Okay, so Austria is not a member, but Bulgaria is a member. So like that, so by knowing that which member, Croatia is a member, Macedonia joined in 2020, okay, Serbia and Austria are not members. So 4 out of 6, 4 are correct. So answer will become only 4. See the current affair question. They made it too difficult. This question was asked because of Sweden. So when you prepare current affair question, you have to prepare accordingly. Okay, so be very clear about how to see the pattern of the international relations and science and technology questions. Mostly are, even economy also, okay, mostly are current affair based questions. A lot of questions been asked. Around more than 20 questions were there from current affairs in the year 2025. So similarly, same number of questions you can expect in 2026. So you should also know the question pattern, how they are asking, latest pattern. Then if you prepare, the chances of making those questions correct is very high. Okay, then see the geography question. Again, 6 countries they have given. The question is, the Andes mountain pass through how many of the above countries? See the choices. See here also in question number 21 and question number 22, UPSC A series question. Both are 6 items are there. 6 countries are there. But see the choices are different. Here only 3, only 4, only 5, all the 6. Here only 2, only 3, only 4, only 5. What does that mean? It means minimum, see there is no, all the 6 are not there. It means minimum 1 item, 1 country is not there. That is sure. From you can decode this question. Now, but as a geography student, Andes mountain are very important. You should know the area. Okay, you can see that, okay, Brazil, Andes mountain is east to Andes mountain. So Brazil is in through Brazil, it is not passing through. Paraguay, it is east, so it is not passing through. Rest, Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, all are passing. So 4 items are there. So see, even if it is a 6 countries, the choices are different. So it gives you some information. Okay, so be very clear about the pattern. That's why when I ask you, before seriously preparing for current affair or international relation, any subject, core subjects for your coming prelims, you should see the question pattern and then prepare. So you will have a correct idea how effective, when you prepare notes, you will have a correct idea how to make notes, etc. Okay, so these are the a new pattern. I call this as one of the latest innovation of UPSC in terms of question making. Only 1, only 2, only 3, all the 4, all. If it is 6, it can go for all the 6. That type of question. Okay, so we have discussed 3 pattern of question. Okay, now another innovation by UPSC. Again a 3 statement question. Again, like our earlier, that whether the statement explains or not. Okay, so see the statement. Okay, this is the ninth question, question number 9, the year 2025, A series question. Okay, so there were like this 9 questions in the year 2025. 9 questions were there. When this pattern of question was introduced for the first time, it was introduced in the year 2024. When this pattern was introduced in the year 2024, there was only 1 question. But in the year 2025, there were 9 questions. So what can happen in 2026? It can increase or it can decrease, or there will be nothing also. That's the discretion of UPSC. But you have to prepare, or you have to expect that these type of questions also can come. When these type of questions come, how you have to prepare or how you have to approach. Don't get shocked for the first time if you have not seen this question, and if you have not seen the previous year question, and directly you going and writing the prelims exam, you'll be shocked. You don't know how to approach these type of questions. Okay, so that way also you need to know the previous year, you have to do a thorough research about previous year question. Okay, now in this, see the choice, 3 statements are given. 3 statements are given. See the choices. See, out of 9 questions, 8 questions follow the same choices.
only in one question regarding economy, one regarding that bond holders and equity. So that question I'll discuss later when I'll discuss the economy strategy. Okay. So, but since all the 8 questions and the 2024 questions choices are the same, only one exception is there. Okay. So see the choices. It says in this type majority of the question, this is the choice. Means out of 9, 8 questions have the same choice. What is the choice? 3 statements are given and it says that choice A, both statement 2 and 3 are correct, and both statement 2 and 3 are correct, and both of them explain statement 1. Both statement 2 and 3 are correct, but only one, that is either it can be 2 or 3, explains statement 1. What is choice C? Only one of the statement 2 or 3 is correct, and that correct statement explains statement 1. And choice D says that statement 2 nor statement 3 is correct. From this choice, one thing is clear in this pattern of question. What is that? Statement 1 is correct. Statement 1 is correct. You have to identify whether statement 2 is correct, statement 3 is correct, and whether statement 2 and statement 3 explains statement 1. Like similar to our 2 statement question, but there was only 2 statement, but here there are 3 statement, a different pattern. When it was introduced? In the year 2024. Before that there was no questions in this pattern. Okay, so see here in this question, okay, circular economy, a concept called circular economy reduces the emission of greenhouse gases. So that's a correct statement. So by knowing the pattern, we know that, okay, statement 1 is correct. So you need to know the concept of circular economy, then only you can answer this question. Okay, so there is another economy called linear economy. Our traditional economy model is linear economy. So if we take the raw material, make and create waste. So this is the process in the linear economy. But in the circular economy, it's not like that. We take the raw material, use it, and if it is possible, reuse it, recycle it. That is circular economy. So because of that, we are using less raw materials compared to the circular economy is using less raw material or less virgin raw material. So they try to reuse the items which has been used. So that is what is called as circular economy. I'm not going in detail. Okay. So if you know that concept, you can answer this question. Okay. So it says that circular economy reduces the use of raw material as inputs. Yes, that's the concept. Correct. So if 2 is correct, connect it. Now, okay. Circular economy reduces the emission of greenhouse. Both the statement are correct. Now you need to know whether this explains statement 2 explains statement 1. You just add because. Circular economy reduces the emission of greenhouse gases because circular economy reduces the use of raw materials as inputs. Yes, that explains. Or I told you, circular economy reduces the use of raw materials as inputs. Therefore, circular economy reduces the emission of greenhouse gases. So from that, we can make a connection and can say that statement 2 explains statement 1. Now go to the statement 3. Circular economy reduces wastage in the production process. That is also correct. And if you connect, therefore, circular economy reduces the emission of greenhouse gas. Yes, there is a connection. It explains. So what now you can derive? Statement 2 and statement 3 are correct, and both of them explain statement 1. So answer will be choice A. So for that, to answer these type of questions, so imagine in 2026, like in the year 2023, imagine there are 30 questions or 20 plus questions in this model. How are you going to approach? How will you approach? So what all concepts you study, whether for polity, history, all those, especially concept related questions, geography has become very important in the recent years. Concepts, okay? So all the subjects, concepts, when you study in detail with proper understanding, then only you can answer these questions. Otherwise, you will get stuck and there is chance of making it wrong is very high. Okay, so prepare. Okay, UPSC can do anything in terms, but without, see, don't say UPSC is unpredictable. This is one of the common things I hear from students. Though if anybody is telling you UPSC is unpredictable, that means that person who is telling you have not done a proper research on UPSC questions. See, before introducing any new pattern, UPSC has given a hint. Okay, before introducing in 2023, in the year 2023, when UPSC made difficult questions, 47 questions were asked from only two type. In the year 2022, few questions were asked and given a hint. You didn't get the hint. You didn't notice it. That's why you missed it. Similarly, this question in 2024, a hint was given. I'm going to introduce a new pattern. In the year 21, question was asked. And in 2025, 9 questions was asked. And in 2026, they can increase more. So don't blame on UPSC. As a student, you have to know UPSC. You have to know the mind of the UPSC question setters. For that reason, you have to look into the previous year questions. So now you will have more clarity when you prepare for 2026. With this clarity, you prepare. The chances of you getting more than 100 marks are very high. It's not about reading only, understanding concept only. Knowing UPSC mind, question paper mind is also very important. Then only you will not panic when you see such type of questions. You are aware of it, you are prepared for it, you have practiced questions from it. Then there will be no problem. Okay, so this is very important information. Now comes the easiest questions where elimination method can be applied. Where there in 2023, which was not, this question was absolutely zero, no questions. And this is the main reason why the cutoff became very low in the year 2023. This elimination questions were not there in the year 2023. Okay, so now see the question. Okay, why this again? Whenever you see a question, ask, why this question UPSC asked? What is the reason? It's a current affair. Okay, there are two reasons why in June 2023, India joins MSP, Mineral Security Partnership. But more than that, this question is not related to that current affair. This question can be answered if you have known the 24-25 budget. In the year 24-25, that is in February 2024, when the finance minister submitted the 24-25 budget, okay, they introduced a new scheme, what is called as National Critical Minerals Mission. If anybody who have studied about this mission, and later on the government approved it also, so it became in news in February. Later on, after the budget proposal, later on the cabinet approved it, and there were a lot of issues discussing this mission and regarding critical minerals. Even the Ministry of Mines have identified 30 critical materials to ensure a crucial supply chain, because these critical minerals are very vital for our green technology mission, okay, for attaining many goals. Okay, so to ensure uninterrupted supply chain, critical mineral supply chain, the parliament have made changes and all these things happened. Okay, so if you know that this National Critical Minerals Mission, it is very clear that India is not resource rich in all the 30 critical minerals. We import, we have it, we are going to invest more, and we are going to domestically produce. At the same time, a few critical minerals we have to import, because we are not resource rich, we don't have it properly, or we don't have that refining technology, other things, etc. Okay, so if you know that, if anybody who have read about National Critical Mineral Mission, which was a very important current affair, you will get to know that the second statement is wrong. What is the second statement? India is a resource-rich country in all the 30 critical minerals that it has identified. No, that's a wrong statement. Now, see, if you know second statement is wrong, by using elimination method, you can eliminate choice A, you can eliminate choice B, you can eliminate choice D, and you will get the answer. Just simply knowing the second statement, you got the answer. This is what is called as elimination method. This was completely removed in the year 2023, and now, but again it was revived again. This question came back in the year 2024. In the year 2024, there were 30 questions. Same pattern. In the 2025, there are 30 questions. But mentally, you have to be prepared. In 2026, the UPSC can follow a 2023 pattern where there will be no such type of questions. So naturally, then the paper will become more difficult, cutoff will become low. Or it can follow any pattern, any of these patterns it can follow. Okay, so normally, see, in the year 2022, see the difference between 22 and 23. In the year 2022, eliminate statement questions like 3, 4, 5, etc. were 52. See the year 2022, 3 statement questions like this were 34 questions were there. 4 statement questions were there, 12. 5 statement questions were there, 4. 6 and 7 statement questions were there, 1 each. So totally 52 questions were there. From there, they suddenly stopped this type of questions in the year 2023. But again, revived it in the year 24 and 25. So in the year 2025, this 3 statement questions were there, 25 questions were there, 4 statement questions, 4 questions were there, 5 statement question, 1 question were there. So total 30 were there. So anything can happen in the year 2026. You should be ready for it. So when you practice test series, you have, see, again, this is another reason why, see, most of the students join test series. And in the test series, they used to score well. But when they write the real UPSC Prelims exam, they are not able to perform well. Why? Because one, the test series have not followed exactly the UPSC pattern. Okay, and students have not identified it. So for that reason, whether to check the test series you are writing is up to the UPSC standard, you have to please look into the previous year questions, at least last few years, so that you can judge and say that, okay, this is a UPSC pattern or this is how UPSC asks. You individually have to decide. Nobody should say whether it's a good question paper or a good, bad. You have to individually identify it. That is how a student become enlightened. That is the first step towards your success of prelims. Knowing a standard material, standard question paper, etc. All these things can be helped by knowing UPSC questions thoroughly. Okay, so this please keep in mind. Okay, so please look into these. See all the data which I have given. You can look into it. I told you I'm in my Telegram channel. All the question papers from 2011 to 2025. I'll share original UPSC question paper. I'll share it. Even UPSC key is also available. I'll also share that also. Please look into it and check whether what I'm saying is right or wrong. Don't trust me also. Please look into it. This is how you have to approach UPSC. Don't blindly follow anyone. I have made lot of facts. I have made lot of analysis. Check yourself and then decide whether what I'm saying is right or wrong. Similarly, when other teachers or other mentors or if anyone says something to you, cross check it. Don't blindly follow. If you blindly follow, after 2-3 years only you will understand that, oh, I made a mistake. Don't do that. Now itself you are 21 plus, you are mature enough to know if what they are saying is right or wrong, but you need this information, critical information regarding the UPSC questions. Same in the case for mains also. Okay, same in the case for optional also. You should see the previous year question, research it thoroughly. Okay, so please do that. Now these are the 4 statement questions. I told you elimination method means when the choices are like this. Okay, now see the again 66. See the question number. This is the 66th question, A series, asked in the year 2025. It may look difficult, but it is one of the easiest question, provided if you know about the major recommendation of 15th Finance Commission. You know that, okay, 15th Finance Commission time period is from the year 2021 to 2026. So by March 26, the term of 15th Finance Commission over. Already it is very soon, in 2 days, the 16th Finance Commission will submit its report and the time period. So 16th Finance Commission, that report is very important for your coming prelims as well as for your mains. Okay, so anyway, so those who have read the 15th Finance Commission report, and it was a controversial report. Reason being, the 14th Finance Commission used to give 42% of the taxes to the states, and the 15th Finance Commission reduced from 42 to 41%. So the net proceeds of union taxes given to state is 41%. Even though it is a fact, it's a very, very, very important known fact. When we study about Finance Commission, this is the most important thing you keep in mind. Okay, what is the percentage of net proceeds will be shared between the center and the states? So here in this question, in the second statement, they have given that statement as wrong. What is that? Instead of 41, they have given 45. So obviously this statement is wrong. Now if you look into the choice, by decoding the choice, one thing is clear. If you see from this choice, it is clear one statement is wrong, because in all the choices 3 statements are correct. So if you know that wrong statement, you will get the answer. And you know the wrong statement. What is the wrong statement? 2 should not be there in the answer. So A will not be there, B will not be there, and D will not be there. Answer will be C, 1, 3 and 4. This is, if this type of questions is there, you can answer it. Instead of that, if the UPSC have asked question like this, only 1, only 2, only 3, all the 4, this question will become very difficult. You should know all the statement. But if there is choice elimination method is possible, it becomes easy. Okay, so be prepared for 2026. Question can come like this or it can come like this. If it come like this, you have to 16th Finance Commission, you have to study in detail, because even if you study, you can make mistakes if you have missed the core recommendation. Okay, see again 5 statement question. Elimination method can be used, but not like, this was an easy elimination method. Here you should know the concepts. What are the again why this question? Why this question? Why UPSC asked this question? It looks like a normal conceptual question. No, it is again current affair linked, because RBI in the last few years is giving a lot of money to the government from the RBI surplus. So from where RBI get, what are the major sources of RBI revenue? You should know it. So they are from the government bonds, yes, buying and selling, foreign currency, yes, pension fund management, lending to private company. They are not functions of RBI. 3 and 4 are wrong. Even printing and distributing currency notes, that also it gets source of money. Okay, for example, a 500 rupee note, 500 rupee note, if the cost of printing 500 rupee note is 5 rupees, the face value is 500. That difference is profit for all the central bank, including RBI. So that is also a major source of revenue. So answer will be 1, 2 and 5. So there, see, 3 and 4 can be eliminated by knowing logically. But to answer whether it is A or D, you should know the 5th statement, then only you will get the correct answer. So all the questions cannot be answered through elimination, but majority of the questions can be answered like this. Okay, so again, please study the concept very thoroughly. RBI, again, this is another important information when it comes to economy. I know that majority of these students find economy very difficult, but I am telling you, the economy there will be around, on an average, more than 15 questions for UPSC Prelims. And from that, the maximum number of questions have been asked from money and banking and external sector. Okay, so you as a student have to study in detail money and banking. And obviously, when it comes to money and banking, RBI will also have to be studied thoroughly. Okay, so anyway, when I discussed how to study Indian economy from the prelims point of view, I will show you all the questions been asked from Indian economy, from where it has been asked, what type of question have been asked, how to approach it. We'll discuss it. Okay.